Hello everyone and welcome to Todd's Tech Bites. I'm Todd Ruopp and my guest today is John Goodpasture. John has completed a new textbook called Project Management the Agile Way, Making It Work in the Enterprise. And this is our second Tech Bite about how his book helps project managers adopt Agile methods. John, thank you for speaking with me.
My pleasure to be here again.
In our first session, you outlined your top 5 ideas about Agile methods, and we spent some time on the first one, the role of management and leadership. Today, let's get into your second point. Agile is a best value method. Tell us how Agile and value fit together, and don't all project methods seek to deliver value?
Todd, what makes Agile distinctive is that Agile stresses best value as seen through the eyes of the customer, not necessarily as determined by the project sponsor or even the investor. And let's take just a moment to define best value. It means getting the most bang for the buck. That is, getting the most important and the most urgent outcomes that fit within the available funding in the most advantageous delivery order. This all starts with a business case. Agile doesn't mean there isn't a need to plan, and certainly doesn't mean there isn't a place for the business case.
Well, I want to talk more about how to build the best value business case. Most of us are familiar with the usual outline, description of need, the budget and schedule, and the expected benefits.
Well, think of the business case as a framework, something to hang the details on when they become known and available. At the outset, leaders envision the goal, the shape of the outcomes, the end state to be achieved when all is done, but not the details. Just enough so that everyone can get a mind's eye of how it will be, and just enough so that the compelling attraction is there. Also framed in the business case is the investment available and any milestones that are important to the sponsor. Filling in the details and hanging more content on the business case framework is the work of the performance teams. Teams that include a close working relationship with the customer.
John, collaboration with the customer in near real time sounds good, but what keeps the customer's ever-changing needs from derailing everything? Doesn't this beg the question, who's in charge?
Well, for the Agile manager, the customer is always in charge of the value proposition. After all, the customer is the main beneficiary. What the customer is willing to pay for is the source of cost recovery for the project and ultimately the ROI. But setting the value proposition, a task given to the customer, that doesn't mean the project manager isn't keeping rein on total cost and business milestones. The investor or the sponsor sets the maximum budget. The customer gets a vote on how to put the budget to value. The project manager delivers the most value for the available budget.
John, I wish we had more time to discuss customer collaboration. Do you cover more of it in your book?
I do.
Well, I'm sure it's going to help a lot of project managers adopt Agile methods. Where can people find your book?
Well, it's available on Amazon.com and really any other online retailer, including PMI, the Project Management Institute. And by the way, Todd, listeners can email me with questions that I'm happy to answer.
John and I will get into the other parts of Agile methods in future episodes of Todd's Tech Bites. On behalf of my guest, John Goodpasture, and myself, thanks for listening. Todd's Tech Bites is a production of Unleashing Performance Incorporated.